Yeah. We have too much noise in our lives. You know, the volume is up. But the truth of the matter is there should be only two speaking to. One is your God and two is yourself, because you got to think. The problem is you got too many people on the outside who got input on your life and it being nowhere you're trying to go. You see?
Yeah.
So unfortunate.
Yeah.
So unfortunate.
We talk about that all the time. Like, you know, people, when you ask a whole bunch of people the same question about something that goes on to your life, you're going to get so many different things. But at the end of the day, you know what's best for you. Everybody can tell you what's best for them. They can't tell you what's best for you. Absolutely. And then some people deliberately give you wrong information so that you can fail.
Absolutely. I guess my question of it is when did we become so needy? You see, because the Lord can place something on your heart, and I have to be me if we're around the table, family. Is God can put something on your heart, give you the dream, give you the vision, give you the business idea, but all of a sudden you need all the co-signers, you need all the friends to come on board and support you. And when you don't get the support, you stop and you freeze and you stuck, and then you got this pity party. I don't have no support. I don't have no money. That don't have nothing to do. Listen, this ain't the first time people been broke, and it won't be the last. What that have to do with you getting up, moving forward, and working on something that fell into your heart that was God-giving? When do we become so needy that everybody have to get on board with what only you and God talked about? You see? What if you're the change that the people need to see, that there is hope? You keep trying to drag folks with you. There's a time and a place for that. But right here, right now, this is the moment where people can stop and say, you know what? This moment's for me. You've been helping everybody else, and no doggone well, you can't help yourself. Get up and get your life together, and let's stop procrastinating and get what God has for you so that you can help people.
See? I tell people all the time, what I say, Lika, you can't have a testimony without being tested. But the thing about it is people don't want to go through the test.
Absolutely.
They don't want to go through the struggle. They want it to come easy. Some people feel entitled. Some people feel privilege, or that things are owed to them. For what reason? I have no idea. Well, I got to work.
Guys, I'll tell you guys a little secret. This is a hard truth, though, because some people thought, and I have to challenge these life coaches out there, man. I'm finna come at them right now. What have you? They say that, man, you need to get up and you hustle. You gotta hustle. You gotta hustle. You gotta hustle. If that was truth, it would be millionaires all in your family. People who have worked like all. You know what I'm saying? It ain't about hustle. You know what it's about? It's about consistency. That's the problem, is that people not only, see, people don't even mind going through a hard time. They don't. That's not just it. It's about the amount of time they got to go through the hard time. It's about persistence and consistency. Can you continue to get up and do the same thing effectively over and over again till you see the change and the blessing in your life? People are not consistent. They're not disciplined. What have you? So they have this idea, a hustle. I'm gonna go get my hustle on. For how long is the question? You see, if they don't see it immediately, they revert right back to what they know, being complacent, being stuck, being frustrated, things of that nature. The Bible is very clear about this. It is not. I'm not preaching to no one, but I'm just laying practical insight. Laying it out. Is that this race is not given to the swift, nor to the strong, but those who can endure it. It's about consistency and persistence. We got to be strong, and we got to stand, and we got to hold on in there.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I think that's what we're lacking with a lot of our people, unfortunately. But
yeah, because we live in a microwave world now where everybody wants it instantly. It's like no work, no nothing. I just want to.
I just want it when I want it. On sale, I just want to buy it.
Absolutely. And then the side to it of it is, and see, this is the problem with connecting to the wrong people, is that when they give false truth, they've told people that they're further than they are. And when life is not the realness, see, they have to live in that life. They don't want the Joneses or those who are around them to know that they are failing, that they're not as far as they thought. See, they didn't even have to go down that journey. You see?
That's what I said.
You delivered the information to me. I didn't ask you.
Thank you.
And it's some BS.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Volunteered it though.
Yes. Absolutely.
Oh, I needed this.
So unfortunate.
I needed this today.
I can help people, and I can inspire people who come with their truth and say, you know what, Doc, I'm broken. You know what? I don't have nothing. I'm struggling, whatever. But what I do have is I have hope. I do know that I belong somewhere greater than where I am. See, that I can live in that truth. That right there is ready to move forward. But as long people are in denial, and so my whole tagline is just come out of denial. You're not okay. You're just not. You're just not.
Bottom line.
The whole show, y'all just gonna see me going like this. Cause I'm telling you.
Look, we go through this day in and day out with people in our lives. So, all right. So wait, going back into the interview. I mean, everything about the interview. Okay. So do you feel like soul food is, in a way, another language? Is it another way to reach people and connect with people on a level that maybe sometimes the words don't make sense in the moment, but when you connect it with the food, it brings it all together?
You know, what I say about soul food is bilingual. You know, it reaches from America all the way to Russia. I don't care what your ethnicity is. I don't care what your pedigree is, what have you. It's the cuisine that you can all sit at the table. It's the only cuisine that I know that I've ever sat in a restaurant that I own, and there was no TVs involved. People came from all walks of life, had their cell phones, iPads, and everything that is norm. And I've seen everybody put it down, and I saw fathers talk back to families again. I saw the mothers talking back to the kids. I saw kids smiling. I saw men present again with their families. I saw different and diverse group of people all in one room, enjoying themselves, not looking at a TV or a phone. Just set it down for a moment. The cuisine itself, you know, to me, I say it's like this. Soul food is it's so much more than just spices. It's a story. It's not a fairy tale. It's the best way I can put it is I remember when I was very young, and you know, as kids, you want to go outside and play, and you're hurt when it rains. You're hurt. And I remember sleeping in my grandma's house, and again, her and my mother had made this pound cake, and this smell just woke me up. And I remember walking in, and she put this cake in my mouth, and it was just so good. But I looked outside, and it stopped raining, and the sun was shining again. See, that's soul food. So it's a language that is need to be learned everywhere. If you want peace, if you want joy, you know what? Serve soul food. It's just, it has to. Absolutely.
Oh, wow. Oh, my goodness.
Absolutely. It's just so amazing. Even if you've never had it before, when you taste it, when you experience it, it makes you say out of your soul, what is this that has been missing in my life for so long? It connects to the story immediately.
Okay, so how did we get to celebrity soul food? How did we get to becoming the CEO of the chain? Like, how did we get there?
Well, you know, for me, like I said, I was on KJLH radio, and I'm you know, doing all these red carpets, and I'm catering celebrities and things of that nature. And again, all this conversation started happening. And so in business, I'm looking at, okay, what is this need in this country? Where is this gap coming from? So I took a look around of something so great, and it was just so true. I'm like, in all these years, no one has never thought to emerge as a soul food chain so that you can go anywhere in this country and get this great experience and get it consistently. What have you? So I find that niche. And so every business acumen inside of me say, you know what? Do the work. So I didn't just go open the business. I did my pop-ups. I did the investing in that to study it, what have you. And I spent 6 years studying under some of the most amazing chefs in the country. But I did better than that, because in order, before you gourmet it all up and make it all nice and pretty and, you know, I said Instagram ready, you have to understand the true story and the authenticity of the dish. So I went and studied under some of the greatest grandmothers I knew in Louisiana, Alabama, and Mississippi, and Florida, and my own family, you know. And again, the originality of the dish. How did it derive, and what was the actual flavor of it as we put these different skills and premium ingredients to it, right? I did the work. And so I then took the business acumen of what I know to do and to say, you know what? It's not just soul food alone that's missing. The reality of it is that I wanted to pay true homage, because what I felt like, if I can be honest with you, is that it has been dealt such a disservice. because it's, when it comes to location, it's put in the worst of territories. It's never been in prime locations. And then on top of it, well, you've had celebrities maybe open up something and they did it in their names, but they have no business acumen in the restaurant and hospitality industry. You see,
well,
make it off a name alone. You know, no, you have to have systems. You have to have consistency. You have to do the work, the nutritional facts. You know what? You want to make sure that soul food is elevated to all the other great cuisines, Italian and Asian. And in order to do that, you must have nutritional facts and alliances. So what I did is I did the work and I made the investment that's necessary that you can, what I call, scale the pinch. Because, you know, mother and grandmother say, you know what, it's a little bit of this, it's a little bit of that. Well, you know what? That's not scalable, but I scaled the pinch, and that's why we're here.
And that is so true. Like when you cook, I'm like, when somebody say, well, Lika, won't you make this? And I'm like, I don't know how to put it down on paper. It's just so natural to, and you know, when you have it, you know, when you're making it was right. And it's like, how do you put that on paper? Right now, I'm making for the community community cookbook, and I laugh because they were like, I have a recipe, and I'm like, you know, just figure it out. So right now we got about 50 recipes, and it's just for our community. It's for the pandemic. Yes. I told my job, I said I want to do something, but I want everybody to get together to do it, and then I want recipes from the community that they can submit. So that's what we're doing now, and I'm like, put it on paper. And so I'm the last one to enter my recipe because I'm still trying to figure out, well, how do I make that? But it's fun. It's fun.
That's a great point. Absolutely.